AITA for telling my fiancé her sister isn't invited to our wedding? So, myself, 27M, and my fiancé, 28F, have been together close to a year, engaged for half of that. We are planning a wedding in the fall of 24 and have started a guest list. She comes from a big family and I am an only child. We are close with one of her sisters in particular, and often went to visit her and play board games and such. This sister has a fiancé and is pregnant. Recently, my fiancé told me that her sister was having a shotgun wedding before the baby arrived in order to keep with their traditional values and appease familial religious desires. Back up a bit. I've done a lot for her sister and soon-to-be husband. I planned a birthday party for his son from another marriage. I've given her rides. Always brought small gifts when I would visit. I've gone as far as to stop everything I was doing to help her during a health scare while she was pregnant. I really felt like a part of the family. Fast forward. In a text to my fiancé upon announcing her wedding, her sister made it a point to say, "It's a small wedding. No plus ones. Op can come to the dinner afterwards. All fine by me. I honestly don't really mind, as ceremonies can be dull, and I understood why she would only want to have immediate family at her small wedding." I woke up on the day of the wedding to help my fiancé get ready and drive her over to her sister's house. I planned on driving my fiancé, her sister, and her sister's soon-to-be husband to the venue and bringing them to the dinner afterwards. My fiancé told me, "It's okay. Just drop me off at my sister's and we will get a ride over." A little odd, but I was fine with that too. I arrived over there, and as my fiancé got out of the car I asked if I could come in and congratulate them. She seemed hesitant and said, Okay, let me just text my sister to make sure." I was dressed in plainclothes, and was hesitantly invited to come inside. We walked up to the house. Inside was a party of her siblings, and their friends and significant others all dressed up. They all looked at me and didn't say much. I saw another one of her sisters, and her new boyfriend was in a suit. Everyone was invited. The no plus ones only applied to me. I immediately left, and in a text told my fiancé they were off the guest list for our wedding. My fiancé is upset at that, because her sister is her close friend. She said maybe I did something to upset them, which is why I wasn't invited. But I've been nothing but kind and caring to her entire family. I've spent hundreds of dollars and gone above and beyond for everyone. Now we are fighting over this. AITA? NTA. Your fiancé went along with excluding and manipulating you into believing that no plus one rule. No matter how much she may try to pin it on the sister, family, whoever. She was an active participant. A true partner wouldn't have allowed that, or at the absolute bare minimum would have been honest with you about why you weren't wanted at the event. This behavior is not even a red flag. It's a biohazard sign. You've been together for less than a year, so you still have ample room to make a clean break and find someone appreciates and includes you. The guest list for a 2024 wedding is not this issue here. Do not allow this to become a discussion focused on her attending that one day. That is a discussion for months from now and is irrelevant at the moment. Your problem is with your fiancé. She knew you were being excluded and not only kept it from you but doubled down by not coming clean. When you ask to go in to congratulate the couple, something is very wrong here, and you need to have a lot of honest discussions before you decide if there should even be a wedding. Again, do not allow this communication to be sidetracked by a guest list for an event that is over a year away. Your fiancé's behavior is extremely concerning if you want a successful relationship with her. NTA, rethink the relationship. Seems to me your fiancé knew beforehand about you being the only one not invited. I think you also have a fiancé problem if she can keep this from you as well as not backing you up on not inviting her sister. NTA. NTA. But why are you guys rushing to get married so quickly? You haven't even been together for a year. How well can you really know each other? You are still in the best behavior stage of your relationship. You have just had a peek at what is lurking behind the honeymoon stage of your relationship. Will she always go along with and side with members of her family over you? Will she go out of her way to avoid standing up for you? She didn't even make up an excuse to spare you by not allowing you to come into the venue. Instead, she let you be humiliated by finding out that you and only you were not invited in front of the rest of the guests. Also, did she even push back at her sister when her sister told her you weren't invited? Your fiancé had to have known in advance that you were the only one not invited. And from your post, it sounds like she didn't even bother to ask why. You may want to slow down on the wedding planning and take some time to really get to know each other before rushing into a marriage. Because, seriously dude, the marinara is bubbling over and spilling on those crimson flags your fiancé dropped. NTA. But you have a big problem with your fiancé. She seemed to know the situation as far as the +1 except for Op. Your fiancé basically lied to you. Believe me, she knows why you weren't invited. She just doesn't want to tell you. Good luck with that. What about not inviting your fiancé to your marriage? I mean not marrying her. Yeah, it should be a legit thought. Your fiancé knew everything all along. Well, what you got was the prize of being a too nice guy. Rethink this relationship, buddy. NTA. NTA. I would be rethinking things with my fiancé though. Doesn't seem like she even tried to find out why this happened. Unless she did know beforehand and just didn't tell you. I would seriously want answers before allowing my relationship to progress. I'd say it's a good job you're not planning on having the wedding this year. Your fiancé knew the entire time and didn't care? Didn't defend you? Definitely NTA for kicking them off the guest list, but for your own sake. I think you need to have a serious conversation with her. You don't have a future sister-in-law problem. You have a fiancé problem. I wouldn't let anyone disrespect my spouse that way, but your fiancé is just standing there, shrugging her shoulders. I am concerned your fiancé did not stand up for you. That's a huge red flag. I understand why you feel the way you do, but you may have to cave in order to appease your fiancé. NTA. Info. This shouts of missing reasons. If you're the only +1 not invited, this was not random. That implies there's a reason you weren't invited. You might even know what it is. But you don't consider it to actually be a reason. We need to know what reason sister had for not inviting you. And what reason fiancé had to not share it with you. Assuming she actually didn't share. Please update us. I am very interested in how this all pans out. NTA. There's a puzzle piece missing here. You absolutely have the right to feel hurt, but why is it a mystery why this happened? Find out. You have your perspective, and apparently your Sil doesn't have the same perspective. Before everyone jumps to their own conclusions, perhaps a conversation is needed here. Also, appears you're pissed off at the wrong person. It appears your GF may have lied to you or is not sharing important information with you. That's the person you need to start with. It's impossible to judge this without more information, but based on the reporting. NTA. It's your wedding, you can invite whoever you choose. NTA. And your fiancé does not have your back on such a very important matter. This is a massive red flag. Go counseling even before continuing the wedding preparations. NTA. Your fiancé isn't being honest. NTA. However, your fiancé is a massive AH. To allow you to be so disrespected by her sister is bad enough. Especially after your kindness. She is either stupid and didn't think you would be hurt, doubtful, or she didn't care. I would honestly rethink my engagement in your position. You haven't been together long and there are red flags all over this. Run before the shotgun is held to your head. So are you 100% sure your fiancé knew this in advance? It sure sounds that way. If so, dump her ASAP. NTA, of course. NTA, but do you still want to marry this woman after all this? NTA. Location flag, location flag, location flag.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.